Gotcha.
Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Country Henny Show. Apparently, Henny over there is showing what little muscle he has. Ladies, eat your heart out.
Yes, please. You can try.
What's
I
going
might
on?
be better
Henny?
at it. I don't know. I sound like American Psycho saying that. Oh, yeah.
How you
My
doing?
forearms hurt. I'm good, man. I went golfing
Yeah.
the other day for the first time ever in my entire life.
All right. How'd that go?
I see why the average white male likes to spend his day on the golf course. It's great. No, that was easy. Like, there was a coach there, like coaching another guy. And then after, I just put it on YouTube. After about like 10 minutes, I kind of had it down, like how to swing for the most part. He's like, wow, you're good. Like, you never swung a golf club? I'm like, this ain't that hard, doc. If there's 4 old white ladies named Barbara playing golf at 6:45 in the morning, I can do it. Trust me. But it's fun. It's fun having the connect. I'm not into all that walking, so y'all can do all that. Nah, I ain't doing that. Driving range from now on.
There you go. Go Top Golf.
There you go. Get some beers. Hit a couple golf balls out there and be done with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you're recording from your house. I am recording from wonderful Lambeau Field, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful day out here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Anyway,
there's no way that there's no snow behind you.
True.
B, if anybody was there, they'd be dead.
Why?
It's like -2 degrees there, I bet, right now.
That ain't nothing.
I can guarantee you it's like absurdly cold there right now.
That's what it was here last weekend, so.
Well, you can just take a vacation like Ted Cruz.
Yeah, you got the whole state of Texas under ice right now. People, no power, 2.5 million people with no power. And you got one mayor in a city in Texas telling everybody quit asking for handouts and to do it yourself. And then you got Ted Cruz going to Mexico for a couple of days, just leaving.
Oh, and we can also add Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh passed away.
Whatever.
Oh, damn. Well, even though I didn't agree with him on a lot of his issues and stuff like that, he had a lot of issues. Rest in peace. I don't like to see anybody die, no matter who they are.
Holla at your boy. Or don't. I would like to see that conversation, because like I've always said.
What conversation?
My heaven, let me just tell you, my heaven is not to actually be in heaven, but to watch other people not get into heaven. So if you put me at the entrance to the pearly gates with a 6-pack of PBR for eternity, I'm good, yeah. And I would love to see the conversation that Rush Limbaugh has at said gate.
Wow.
Because there would be some discrepancies, just a few, maybe just
my
a few.
heaven is to watch everybody get turned away from heaven.
Oh, it would be great. Forever. Like I could do it forever. It's like watching people slip and fall on ice. Like you could put that on TV on repeat for 24 hours, and I could watch it.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Rush Limbaugh, holla at your boy, like I said.
Jesus. All right, well let's get into some sports, man. I guess the breaking news of the NFL today, if you don't call it breaking news, Carson Wentz has been traded from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Indianapolis Colts at like a great value Walmart price. If I've ever seen one of my life.
Yeah.
You got a former first-round pick. Colts, all they spent was a second-round pick. A third-round pick. Third pick. He was 6th overall, I think.
Okay.
So you got 6th overall going for a third-round pick this coming up all season, 2021, a third-round pick. And next year, a conditional second-round pick where if Carson plays 70% or more, then that second round pick becomes a first rounder. So Philly pretty much got a third and a second round because that second round pick's not going to a first. I mean, he has a better line, so he may stay healthy, but who knows? That guy seems like he just can't stay healthy any season he plays.
I mean, they're just trying to get rid of him. I mean, they got Jalen. They got Jalen Hurts. And
he's already showed out. I
don't know what these quarterbacks did to these coaches, these Jared Goffs, these Carson Wentzes, but their coaches were just done, like completely done with them. Like sent them to their room with their playbook, said, don't come out. I will cut you, but you fucking $20 million off the books, dog.
I mean, the amount of stuff that the Rams gave to Detroit for Stafford is just outrageous.
A guy who, what year is he in? 15, 16?
No, not that much. No, Matt Stafford got drafted in 2009. He was the first overall pick.
Okay, so 11, 12.
Yeah.
13. What year are we on? COVID got me all messed up. Yeah.
So bye-bye Carson Wentz. Good luck. Go to Indy. Jalen
First
Hurts.
off, if I'm Carson Wentz, I'll tell y'all to kiss my ass. And this is why. How many Super Bowls y'all won before I show up? And you can give it to Nick Foles, whatever. Whatever. I was holding it down, dog. I got hurt.
Every season since.
He was going to win MVP before he got hurt. For sure.
They said the same thing about Russell Wilson before week 6 of this past year.
Russell Wilson died.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, but you just didn't do it. So this coming up now is all you, man. NBA All-Star game. It's coming up.
Yeah, man. March 7th in the ATL in Atlanta. I'm actually,
Atlanta.
Yeah. The mayor has requested people not come to this game. I want to go, but the mayor had like straight up been like, she doesn't want people to come to this game. I think it was the mayor. I don't really think the players want to be there either.
Have they said how many fans they're gonna have?
How many players?
No, fans.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever the rule is for Atlanta, whatever it's been. I know they've had fans in the stadium there. So I don't expect why it would be much different. But it's only like one day, I thought. So they're like bringing them in. They really haven't put a lot of details on it because the players aren't so hyped to do it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be either.
Because you got KD and LeBron are the captains, right?
Yeah. Now, Adam Silver did release a statement saying that they need to do it, and it's a good thing. So
who do you
they're
think
doing it?
who do you think is gonna? Because they can pick any player regardless of conference, right?
Right. So I really think two things with the All-Star game: they need to quit. No more positions at all. Just drop position. No more front court, back court. Just.
Not everybody can play like LeBron and play every.
Yeah, position. But the positions don't matter no more. Cause like, look at Ben Simmons. He's a point guard. He's a power forward. He's a center. They guard everybody. Draymond Green. They guard everybody. Karl Anthony Towns plays small forward, power forward, center. Whatever. Like you're still gonna get the same teams of people if you pick it.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna drop the position.
But yeah, they need to get rid
You're
of that.
talking about a select few of players who are just elite, all-star, outrageous players that don't even make up 20% of the league. So they're going to have to keep the position.
Exactly. So like I said, they're going to make the all-star team anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of their position. You know what I'm saying? And then they need to get rid of conferences. Like they're still doing the conference thing when we pick them, and then they choose whoever they want. Yeah. But just whoever, man, just pick the top 30 best people. Like, who cares?
Well, yeah, the All-Star game, they pretty much got rid of the conferences. I mean, allowing the captains to pick whoever they want regardless. So it's not a true East versus West.
Just let me get the best 26 people and be on my way, dog. Like, this is basketball. Like, we don't need it just because you win a weak conference.
Do we know who gets to pick first, or will they decide that night?
Whoever had the highest amount of votes. I would assume it's LeBron. I'm sure it's LeBron.
Who actually is it the fans that vote? Who votes?
The fans vote for the starters.
Okay.
And then like the coaches vote for the reserves.
Okay.
But yeah, the people will play who have never made it before. Of course, they're going to want to play. LeBron's going to kick it with his feet up after probably like a minute. So yeah, I'm going to try to go. I'm actually going to try to go to the game if we can. I know the mayor told us not to, but
we'll keep coming back to that then. When KD and LeBron actually pick their teams and stuff like that, we'll follow that. And hell, who knows, man? We may do a live watch along for the All-Star game.
Okay.
Do that on do that live on Facebook.
And they should be having from what I saw, they were having the skills contest at halftime of the All-Star
really?
game. Yeah. So all of those contests, dunk, 3-point, all of it in one day. But I'm like, that's a long halftime. Yeah, that's like a 2-3 hour halftime. Yeah.
Due to COVID-19, what typically is an entire weekend's worth of festivities will be compressed into a single night. Rather than holding the skills challenge, 3-point contest, and slam dunk contest on Saturday night, as it typically does, the NBA will instead have the skills challenge and 3-point contest take place before the game starts at 8 p.m. and will hold the slam dunk contest at halftime. The game itself starts at 8 o'clock, about 6 o'clock my time, and then the skills challenge and all that stuff will take place before. We'll definitely do. Are you down to do a live reaction video?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do a live reaction video for the All-Star game at 8 o'clock, and then we'll recap the skills challenge and 3-point contest, and then we'll also stick around for the halftime slam dunk contest as well. There will be no. They're saying there will be no fans in attendance.
No fans. Wow.
Outside of about 1,000 from local HBCUs and players guests. So pretty much just friends and family of the players.
Wait a second. HBCU, for those of you who don't know what that means, is a historically Black college and university, which I did not go to, but continue.
So Atlanta, so pretty much just family and friends. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has already asked fans not to congregate for the All-Star game or to visit the city, and Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, echoed the state sentiment, saying there will be nothing for fans to do in Atlanta the weekend. So, I mean,
I love that statement. They're like, don't come here.
Don't come to the city. So, yeah, pretty much. So it's no fans in attendance. It's just going to be players.
So where do you think the money is coming from? I guess it would be because of their strength. It needs to be on TV. Like they need to have something to show.
Yeah, they'll definitely get TV money. I mean, of course.
Yeah, because they've lost so much money. Like people don't understand. Like every league had lost money. Every league.
Apparently, though, XFL is coming back in 2022.
Who is?
XFL. The Rock and his ex-wife, who are business partners, they bought it out of bankruptcy court, and they're going to bring it back. So we'll see.
What is that show about? Is that show about him running for president?
The Young Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much I watched the first episode when it came out. Pretty much it's 2032. Rock is running for president. He sits down to have like, I guess, a truth to like a real anything goes type of interview. And starts talking about what it's like growing up, watching his father wrestle, Rocky Johnson, going into high school, some of the stuff he did. So, I mean, I like the first episode. I hope they keep it going.
He's going to run for president for real. Watch.
Probably.
Watch. And we're dumb enough to elect him too. And you could say probably on that. We haven't proven to even be close to cognitive enough to make a good decision on that. Our track record is not very good. If you think it's good, go to Ted Cruz in Mexico and have a conversation with him about it while he's on vacation. And his constituents freeze to death. Wow, bro. Oh, my alarm's going off.
I'm about to say, is that you?
How dare Ted Cruz, yeah. How dare you, yeah. It reminds me of remember you read books about the French Revolution?
Are you back on Ted Cruz again?
Yes. But you'd read books about the French Revolution and the kings and queens, and you'd be like, well, these motherfuckers not bad. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get off the Ted Cruz shit.
Well, I don't even gotta be Ted Cruz. Put an R next to any motherfucker's name on any state. And it'll be the same shit. Just put an R next to it. And I don't mean representative either. That's REP. Anyway, you know what? We need to go to Black Man of the Week. Yeah.
Are you ready to go to your Black Man of the Week? So this is the third week. Henny's Black Man or Black Person, whatever of the week. We got one. We'll have one more after this for Black History Month. Or are you going to continue this even on?
Well, the last one's going to be a real fun one.
All right. So first one you got was Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Then last week it was Ruben Studdard. So out of all the black men in history that's ever lived, I really got to know who.
I don't like how you just degrading these black men like that. Yeah.
I got to know who's your Black Person of the Week, Henny.
All right. So my Black Person of the Week, Norman Smiley. Holla at your boy, Norman. Do the Norman Smiley dance.
You like the big wiggle, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I can. Too many times I'd be in 1999, Monday night, 9:30 at night, flipping between WWF Raw and WCW. And then I'm like, who is this black guy in them bright trunks? Just dancing, hitting people with trash can lids. Norman effing Smiley, that's who had become a great trainer for the WWE. And many of the people you watch today were trained by him, the great one. So Norman Smiley, Black Man of the Week. Oh, man. And that's the best part is, I think that's his real name. Norman Anthony Smiley. And that's even better.
Well, congratulations to Norman Smiley for being Henny's Black Person of the Week.
Representing from over the Atlantic, baby.
Over the Atlantic.
Yeah, we all on the same team. They be acting like we're not on the same team, but a black man here, a black man there, black man everywhere. We on the same team. Don't forget that. I know.
They laugh.
White guys can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. If you say that, you'll get in trouble. You'll get fired from Mandalorian.
Oh, Jesus.
You say that.
It's true.
White guys everywhere need to team up. What?
It's funny, you get canned for comparing conservatives over here to the Jews in Nazi Germany. Jesus.
Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like they're like cancel culture. I'm like, all right. So I think you got the first or second, whatever amendment. They messed me up now. You got the amendment messed up because yes, you can say what you want, but then there's this thing called libel, and there's this thing called consequences.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer in free speech, but there's also consequences to that speech.
Right.
I mean, it just is. You're employed by a big ass company like Disney. You say something like, I mean, for crying out loud, you say something as dumb as what she said. I mean, I'm not shocked they canned her. As a company.
Yeah.
So you picked Norman Smiley as your black person of the week.
That's right, Norman Smiley. He's a good black person. He was one of the few black individuals I saw in wrestling in the late 90s. I mean, I can count them on one hand. Let's go. What we got? Booker T, Stevie Ray.
The Cat.
Ooh, Cat Daddy.
Ernest Miller, the Cat.
Ernest Miller, doing them dances. But you know what?
Ahmed Johnson, Farouk, a.k.a. Ron Simmons.
Ahmed Johnson.
Associated with the nation.
I hope we can find the clip of what Farouk said to Ahmed Johnson. And like, it's probably the most racist thing that's ever been said on wrestling TV. Which is crazy.
Nobody backstage liked Ahmed Johnson. Because they all say he thought he was a bigger star than what he is. They thought he was already Hulk Hogan.
Oh, bro, Farouk did not like him at all. He's just a white boy walking around in black skin. He said that live on WWF Raw, bro. And that was it for Ahmed, dog. He was done. The nation smashed my man up. The nation.
Well, shit, while we're on the subject of wrestling, man, hell, Elimination Chambers this weekend.
Woo!
NXT just had TakeOver where we saw Finn Balor defeat Pete Dunne, keep his belt, and then get attacked by Pete Dunne's boys, which brought out the Undisputed Era to save Finn, and then Finn stood up with them all, and now out of nowhere, Adam Cole super kicked Finn. O'Reilly got in Adam Cole's face, like, totally confused, and then he got super kicked as well. So pretty much a little destruction going on in Undisputed Era. Definitely O'Reilly's out of the group. And Cole's lining up for a title shot against Finn, so that should be another good match.
I would actually I like Undisputed Era. I do. Like, they're old school. Like, I like when factions.
I like their stuff against Pat McAfee.
Yeah. And I like when factions stay together.
Yeah.
And I like it even better when you're a faction, but you don't necessarily be kicking it together all the time. Like, kind of like NWO. Like, I'm in the NWO, but I do my thing.
Well, they had so many damn people. I mean,
well, that was a small
little town.
But it was still high. Well, but when you see Undisputed Era, like, and even Finn Balor, like, when they're standing next to each other,
right?
I guess it's because I'm over like 6 foot. They're short, yeah. They look like little dudes trying to keep me from getting into Universal Studios. So, like, I just can't take them seriously as like heavyweight anything, because you like heavyweight. But congratulations, Finn Balor. I know you like it better in NXT.
So let's you want to go ahead and jump in to talk about Elimination Chamber this weekend.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, Drew might lose. Has Edge said who he's gonna fight yet?
Not yet. More than likely he'll say it after the Elimination Chamber. That's usually what happens. Usually we find out after Elimination Chamber.
And we got Drew versus Sheamus.
Well, the WWE Championship match is going to be inside of an Elimination Chamber. It's going to be Drew defending against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi. They all had a gauntlet match this past Monday on Raw to determine who's going to be the last man to get to enter. And Sheamus won it, came out last, defeating Drew, and he gets to enter in last for Elimination Chamber. I think they're going to set up. I think they might be looking to set up a Sheamus Drew McIntyre WrestleMania match. I see Drew somehow winning this here and defeating Sheamus.
Can't wait to see Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre for a championship. I'm like so giddy right now. I actually don't. They're in some trouble on the main event on Raw. Because Drew McIntyre, he hasn't had any chance to have a crowd to gain momentum.
Nope.
He'd like changed his entrance a couple times, which looks whack with that stupid sword. It looks whack, yeah. It looks even whacker when nobody's there.
Yeah.
And then we have AJ Styles, who doesn't need to win. You have Jeff Hardy, which All right, I'm not even going to talk about that right now. I like Jeff Hardy when I was 16.
Yeah, but they're not about to put the belt on him.
Right. Kofi, you had your shot, baby, and you did a good job, but come on.
Yep.
So Sheamus, I might even be missing one person. Sheamus is the only logical person that even
and then Randy Orton as well. But Randy's gearing up. They're gearing up for a WrestleMania.
See, like, here's the thing, like, when we get in these moments like this with the title, they'll be like, you know what, I'm just going to give it to Randy Orton because I know that he can hold it down. And then we have Randy Orton versus Edge for the title at WrestleMania. And that's not out of the realm of possibility.
That's not going to. Well, here's what I think. So, are you calling it? Are you thinking? You think Randy's going to win the match?
I'm going just so if it doesn't happen, I'll be happy. I'm gonna pick that to happen. I'm gonna pick that Randy Orton wins the title. They wasted Drew McIntyre's whole year, and then Edge want to beat Randy Orton for the title at WrestleMania. And I feel like that's the best you can do storyline wise for Raw. Cause Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, man, come on, bro. That's a mid-card match. Like, I like Sheamus, but he hasn't even built that kind of. He's not there yet. He was, but not with this new guy with the hat character he has.
Well, how I see it, I don't. Like you said, AJ doesn't need it. No. Jeff Hardy's not going to get it. Randy's had it, and then I don't think they're going to give it to Randy either. I think they're done with the Randy and Edge
you would hope
feud. Well, I think the Monday after the Royal Rumble, Edge pretty much said this is it, so they're not going to revisit that again. And Kofi already had his moment of glory. The way I see this playing out is one of two ways: either Drew wins the Elimination Chamber and him and Sheamus continue feuding, and then they go to WrestleMania and fight and go after it, or Sheamus wins this. Drew uses either a rematch clause or somehow gets a rematch for the belt at WrestleMania. Either way, I see it. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus at WrestleMania. I think that's what they're gearing up for. Or what else could happen is Drew McIntyre win this match and then Edge challenge him at WrestleMania for the belt. But either way, I see Drew in the match for the belt at WrestleMania again, whether it's against Sheamus or Edge. It's one of those two, in my opinion.
That'd be a whole year he'd had the title.
Yeah. Well, he lost it, didn't he? And then won it back.
I can't even remember if he lost it.
Yeah, I think he lost it to Randy and then won it back. The next matchup is going to be the Raw Women's Champion Asuka defending. Well, actually, hold up, change that. Was scheduled to defend against Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans came out on TV saying she's pregnant, insinuating it was with the Nate. In reality, she really is pregnant, so she will not be on this card. So we'll wait and see if they replace this match or not. You know, it's only.
That's great. I love it when you got it at a level where they're like, for real? Like, is she really pregnant? Or because now we back in old school wrestling where you really thought this issue was happening, where you're like, damn, Ric Flair really like ride like that? Even though he did, but he's not a good example.
So we'll see. Hopefully they have some kind of an opponent for Asuka and they keep that match on the card. But the next one is the triple threat match for the United States Championship. Bobby Lashley with MVP will be taking on Keith Lee and the former Matt Riddle, who's just now Riddle.
It's Riddle, boy. Don't say Matt. That's not his name anymore.
Riddle me this.
Vince McMahon did not want you to say Matt Riddle. It's Riddle.
So back in December, Riddle began a feud with Bobby Lashley. Riddle defeated him on January 4th episode of Raw in an untitled match to earn a title match the following week. However, Riddle lost to Lashley the next week. Then on January 25th, Riddle earned another title opportunity against Lashley by defeating Lashley's fellow Hurt Business stablemates in a gauntlet match.
You ever seen that movie True Romance?
No.
You've never? Oh man, then it's not gonna make no sense. All right, so you need to go on whatever streaming service you have and watch True Romance right now. You like Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
Then you'll love that movie because it's Quentin Tarantino.
Huh.
But nobody knows it because it's like one of his first movies that he wrote.
Okay.
But it might as well be a prequel to Pulp Fiction. And it exists in the same world as Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm not going to make this point because you're not going to understand it then.
Well, keep going.
We're going to have to put that movie on the throwback, man.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
True Romance. Oh, man, that movie's so hot.
So, anyway, Riddle then he got his rematch, won by disqualification, but didn't win the belt. And then the following week, confronted Keith Lee for some unknown reason. I guess Keith Lee didn't have anything to do. And where he stated he needed to win the belt. Lee, however, took issue with Riddle losing his title matches and then stated it was time for him to get a shot against Lashley. And pretty much Lashley was scheduled to defend the belt against Lee and Riddle at Elimination Chamber. So now it's a triple threat match.
Yeah, Riddle, they're just pushing that. If they were smart, like you want to say that WWE is smart, and then they make the worst decisions all the time. But if you're smart, just let Riddle win that belt at WrestleMania. So just push it a little bit longer. It pushed long enough. Let him get his ass whooped again. Let the Hurt Business
let him lose his match. Yep.
Yeah, and then at WrestleMania, let him get his moment.
Yeah,
when he finally goes over the big black man, and he's standing on top.
The classic last chance.
Yeah, with his barefoot ass, no shoes on, standing on a black man, making him tap out.
So who do you think's gonna win this triple threat?
Oh, Lashley all day.
Yeah.
It probably won't even be Riddle who like loses it. You know, because like you don't need to pin Riddle.
I like to see Lashley give a dominator to Keith Lee.
Who was the other guy again?
Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah. Keith Lee is just there for filler.
And that's sad too, because he had so much promise coming out of NXT.
Keith Lee like had a list. You might have to look it up, but he like made a list of like his favorite rappers. And it was like the wackest list like ever. Yeah. Like it made me not like him. I don't even want to look it up. But I just remember looking
at. So you're picking Lashley?
Oh yeah. I don't like Keith Lee.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'm gonna pick Lashley to win as well. And then
Riddle will get his moment. They like Riddle.
So and then moving on. Roman Reigns was originally told that he was going to be defending his belt in the Elimination Chamber match as well. However, Paul Heyman pointed out that Reigns' contract only stated that Reigns had to defend the championship at the event, but not necessarily inside the cell. So now they're going to have an Elimination Chamber match, and then the winner immediately gets a shot at Roman Reigns. So pretty much after you go through this Elimination Chamber and you win, then you got to fight the champ right there for the belt. Reigns is already going to be already going to come out the winner of this, and I think Edge is probably going to challenge Reigns for the Universal title at WrestleMania. But anyway,
if you watch closely, he's still trying to get him out unhandcuffed. If you keep looking, he's still handcuffed. So of course he can't fight the first match. He's still handcuffed. We can wait on that and keep waiting.
The competitors is going to be in the Elimination Chamber is Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan.
Oh my God, they're killing me with these cards, bro. Like they need some new. You would say they need some new blood, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you need some new blood, dog. Like for real. Like and NXT, y'all blew it by putting people back in NXT that aren't new blood. And like, who you gonna bring up from NXT? There's nobody super hot in NXT to bring up right now.
You always if they weren't about to work a card again between Adam Cole and Finn Balor, I would say bring up Undisputed Era.
Yeah, but those are they. Adam Cole's 5'2". He ain't doing nothing in the next level. What's that dude's name? Damian Cross or whatever or something?
Yeah.
I hate those names like that. I hate those names like that. I'm done with it. Like I feel like I'm reaching that point with wrestling where I might just be too old. Because I've seen it too many times.
I just watch highlights now, man. I don't even watch the shows anymore. I watch highlights.
Like my kids are like, cool, he's so big. I'm like, man, he's about to hit him. Yep. Then he's about to do it. Yep. Then he's about to, yep. I tell him the whole match. It's like not even fun for him. He's like, stop telling me. I'm like, he's about to do a leg drop. He called it. He's like, what? I'm like, there it is, leg drop. I told you, he said it. He said it to him right there.
So who do you think will win the Elimination Chamber?
Oh, just because WWE's whack, I'm gonna pick Kevin Owens and then immediately just super spear done. You just been eating it. If anybody's gonna eat it, it's gonna be Kevin Owens.
So Kevin Owens wins the chamber match and loses immediately to Roman Reigns.
I love it. Yeah, they just be throwing old boy. Vince McMahon was like, yeah, if you're not gonna lose the weight, we just gonna make you lose it. We're gonna lose it as you fall 40 stories off everything you jump from.
Jesus. I'm gonna agree with you on that. I think Kevin Owens will probably win the Elimination Chamber and then immediately get beat by Roman Reigns.
But like, boo. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. When is Seth Rollins coming back?
Didn't he come back at the Rumble? Yeah, he came back at the Rumble.
I can't remember.
He was on SmackDown right after.
But he hasn't done nothing since. Oh man. I'm just like wrestling. I need to become a wrestler, guy. I need to do it. I know I'm 38. How old am I? 37. I don't even know how old I am. It doesn't matter.
How old am I?
Batista was 35 when he started. DDP was 35 when he started wrestling. I can do it because WWE needs Henny Williams there. I could change it. God. I could change the whole thing for him.
Go get him.
I just don't want to get, body slammed on a 4x4 plywood 320 days a year.
All right, so that's our Elimination Chamber predictions. We will find out next week how they panned out. I'll probably watch the show. Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I think I forgot to cancel WWE Network anyway.
Yeah, I think is it March when Peacock takes over, or I think it's March, isn't it?
Is it before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, WrestleMania is always like the first couple of days.
It's going to be cheaper through Peacock, or you have to get Peacock and then it's cheaper.
Well, I think you still pay like $10 a month for Peacock.
Man, they're killing me, dog.
Well, and that includes the WWE Network. So what you're already paying for the network, you cancel that and you just put that towards Peacock.
I hate that. Shit. Like Netflix is like, it's only $11.99. I'm like, do you understand that? Like most people who work, that's more than that hour of work for your stupid ass $11.99. Nobody wants Peacock, dog. Nobody wants fucking CBS bullshit that they show. Nobody wants it. And yet $11.99, $9.99, $14.99. Then I might as well go get cable.
All right, well, let's get to the last segment. It's our throwback. We call it the throwback, where we pretty much look at all 80s, 90s movies we grew up watching, go back and watch them, and give our recap. And the first movie we picked for this was Coming to America in honor of the sequel finally coming out next month. And the original came out back in 1988, starring Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. Henny, what did you think going back and watching Coming to America?
Well, just New York in the 80s. I've been to New York a million times. And like, you can always look at New York. The minute you see it, you know what time period it is. Like immediately. If they wear Met stuff, it's like, all right, got to be late 80s. unless it's the 60s, because nobody could give a damn about the Mets, except for like 4 years in the late 80s. But no, just looking at young Eddie Murphy coming into his prime.
And young Arsenio Hall, definitely.
Well, of course. And like a lot of people didn't really know about him yet nationally. Yep. I'm not even sure if that's one of his first movies.
So those of you who probably didn't watch it, pretty much Eddie Murphy is Prince Akeem, and Arsenio Hall is, I guess, what is like his best friend or something like that, isn't he? Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the King, who's played by James Earl Jones, they pretty much make the deal with this girl's father for her to be his bride. You know, it's one of those arranged marriages type of thing. And Akeem is like, no, I want to go to America, and just, you know, makes his dad think he's going to go and just have a little fun before he gets married. In reality, he's going to try to actually find him a bride. And once he gets out there, I mean, that's when the fun really starts. And I don't know if you noticed, man, but one of the first scenes in the barbershop with all the crazy old men sitting right there in the chair getting his hair done was Cuba Gooding Jr. making one of his very
He got the fro.
Yeah, the fro. Yeah,
that's its first movie.
Not one line. Not one line.
Yeah, that's its first movie. That's its first appearance in any movie. I guess it hasn't really aged that well, considering what he's going through. But then again, I don't even know the results of that. But either way, yeah. That's the thing about Eddie Murphy is like, I mean, you could look at, I'm trying to think of what Black comedians and actors didn't really come through Eddie Murphy, like movies or, you know, influence or somewhere where he helped them. He's helped so many people get noticed and be in their first movie or first scene or whatever.
Exactly.
Eddie Murphy's so important to the culture. It's ridiculous. And then, you know, he was doing Coming to America. He had his comedy shows. Because it was 1988, so he had released Party All the Time in 1986. He really only had like one bad movie in that stretch in the 80s.
Did you see in the club scene where it was Arsenio Hall dressed up as a female?
Oh yeah, he's like,
and they were interviewing potential brides.
And that's the thing; they didn't even really do that in movies yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though it's cuts, they were like, oh, people back then, people would be like, how they do that? How they
they're
make
both
it work?
Because in the sequel that's coming out next month, they're both gonna be playing multiple parts.
It looked like they have a good amount. We probably should play the trailer.
The trailer?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, we gotta play the trailer for the second one. See all the people from the first one.
Let me see.
And I don't know. I mean, we can add it later. Because his woman, what's his woman's name?
Because
Sherry Headley. Sherry Headley's in it.
Huh?
Sherry Headley's in the new one. That's the Lisa McDowell, who eventually becomes his wife in the first one.
Pull up the trailer right
James Earl Jones is in the new one. See, that's the thing. Arsenio Hall was the one who.
Hold on, did I get the sound?
Now, when I watched it, I was like, "Oh boy," who like plays like the royal. Oh my gosh, what is his name? He's in True Romance too. The guy, the bigger black guy who plays like James Earl Jones's right-hand man.
Oh yeah, and they're talking about
Paul Bates. Paul Bates.
Yeah.
He's in True Romance as well as a right-hand man to the character I was about to quote, who I can't because you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Oh
my gosh.
So one of my favorite parts of watching, you know, after watching Coming to America, seeing it for the first time, and since I was probably a kid, there's a lot of stuff I forgot about the movie, like Samuel L. Jackson holding up the restaurant, trying to steal money. I mean, I had turned my head away from the screen for a minute. I was looking at something else, probably messing around on my phone or something, And out of nowhere, I mean, you hear Samuel L. Jackson's voice. You know who that is. I look up, and there he is, you know, holding with a gun, trying to hold the place up. I thought that was hilarious.
He has all these small parts in these movies during that era.
Yep.
And like he just was like such a late bloomer in his career, yet it still feels like he'd been around for like 40 years, which he kind of has been.
Yeah, even I mean, hell, even when he did Die Hard with a Vengeance with Bruce Willis, you know, he was starting to try to break through and get
Right.
in that starring role. So after that, his career really took off. Back to Coming to America, though, Eddie Murphy got one of his early starts in film was back in 1983 with Dan Aykroyd and playing in Trading Places.
Right.
And a cool little homage to that was he when Prince Akeem tossed a bag of money into two homeless guys. They were the guys that were the rich dudes in Trading Places that Eddie Murphy's character put out of business pretty much. I think it's kind of funny. He tossed them money to help him. I thought that was pretty funny.
And they're like, "We're back, Mortimer. We're back.
Mortimer, we're back."
They always remind me of the two guys from the Muppets, the two grumpy old men.
Up in the balcony. Yeah. So, man,
how old are the barbershop? Like, this is the question I need to know. The barbershop dudes were old in the first one.
They were all there, but the main guy with the tooth, you could tell that's Eddie Murphy playing him this time. I guess the original one's dead.
He was playing him the first time too.
No, he wasn't playing him the first time.
The main guy with the tooth, that's Eddie Murphy, baby.
Nah, I don't think that was.
Come on, son. That's main Eddie Murphy, the one that's like the one cutting the hair, who cut the ponytail off. That's Eddie Murphy, son.
Let me look this up.
Why would Eddie Murphy give that?
Actually, he was. Never mind. I'm wrong.
He's like, man, come on. He's like, man, he whipped Joe Lewis's ass. Yeah, he did. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So I can't wait to see the sequel when it comes out.
But how old are them dudes though? Like they were old 30 years ago. They 90 years old sitting there.
Now. They're still old now.
I don't want no old ass dude like that cutting my hair. I don't see how they keep them barbershops open. They talking the whole time.
Jesus.
You know, I'm trying to get my lineup and be gone, and you talking.
What do you think we should pick for our next movie?
The first Mighty Ducks.
The very first one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do between now and next week. We'll watch Mighty Ducks, the first one.
And anybody with Disney Plus can watch it. So if you want to chime in, because we'll go a lot deeper into it. Because I want to learn these kids' histories. Well, I mean, I want to learn the
we all have to Goldberg.
Yeah. Because that was a big movie when we were growing up.
Oh yeah, definitely was.
That was a good one for the substitute teacher to put on when y'all being bad in school.
Well, man, I think that's all I got for the day, man. So what about you? Everybody, please feel free to check us out on the HWWS WebTV network as well and Facebook. Here soon, me and Henny will start doing live shows. We'll be doing this show live. You can also check out my other show, The Ginger Chronicles. This past last night, we did our first ever live episode. Every Wednesday night from now on, we're going to do a live episode of The Ginger Chronicles. And hopefully me and Henny can start doing this one live as well pretty soon.
Yeah. Hit the like button, join in.
Exactly.
So we can get some comments.
I was about to say share that button.
So y'all can talk about Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley. I still don't understand it, man. I know we about to end, but I don't understand how he pulls the ladies he pulls. Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, that's gonna be it for today's show, everybody.
Aaron Rodgers, what you got, yo? What you got, bro?
We'll see you guys next week right here on the Country and Henny Show.
Yes.